Rehmann, we have Principal Michelle Hodges and Jackson Office Managing Partner Dave Page. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Dave, welcome back, and Michelle, welcome. First time here.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. What Rehmann office are you typically at?
I'm based out of our Detroit office.
Great. Well, thanks for coming over today.
Happy to be here.
How's your summer going, Dave?
It's going well. Able to go up north and enjoy that a little bit. Michigan is so wonderful this time of year, and just so beautiful.
Yes, we're lucky we live in America's vacation land right here. And thanks for making the drive over today. We are going to learn today about something that I didn't know existed until today, and that is the Rehmann Foundation. Why did Rehmann launch the Rehmann Foundation?
Sure. So I think it's been something in the works for a long time. You know, we've always liked as a firm to give back to our communities. But really, it was a goal of our recently retired CEO, Randy Rupp, starting the foundation. So we started the foundation in 2021, and we had our first grant cycle in 2022. And then Randy retired at the end of 22, but he does stay on the board of the foundation as president.
Nice. And you even have a website. I think we have a shot of that on screen right now.
Yes.
To me, it communicates a couple of things. One, the organization that starts the foundation is healthy and successful, and two, that they want to give back and make an impact on the community. And you would agree?
Yeah,
Yes.
I would agree with that. You know, it's very important to all of us in all of our offices that we continue to make that community impact, that we're involved in the community, and we support causes that we believe in. And this is one way that we do that.
So are there certain pillars to the foundation?
Yes, so when we established the foundation, we established 3 pillars of giving, and those are education, community, and economic development. Just in what we do as CPAs, economic development is very important. And then, of course, education in our community is just where we live and work and play. And the foundation started, I think it's important to note, from our ownership group. 100% of our ownership group made the contribution to start the foundation. So it's really special that, the whole group just got behind that to start the foundation.
And you are 2 members of the ownership group, right?
I'm actually not an owner at Rehmann. I'm a principal at Rehmann, but not an owner. But yes, principals are able to contribute as well, and associates at any level. But it's just really great because it's all within Rehmann at this time. Contributing to the foundation.
And how big is Rehmann? How many? You mentioned Detroit office, obviously with the Jackson office. I know they're all throughout the state. How many offices are there?
We've got, 18?
It's hard to keep track.
Between Michigan, Ohio, and Florida. Our most recent firm that we merged in is in Orlando, Florida. So just continuing to grow in that Florida region as well. But Michigan has always been kind of the primary location where we started and where we have the most offices, so it'll always be a very important part of who we are.
Now we have a list of some of your grantees, and I believe this is last year's, the most recent.
Yes, this is the 2022 grant cycle grantee recipients. We're in the midst of the 2023 grant cycle, so we're evaluating additional applicants actually right now as we speak. The Program and Grants Committee is working through those applications.
Wow, that's a lot of organizations, and geographically all over.
We really thought it was important to spread the love to all of the communities that we're living and working in. And so we made a conscious effort to make sure that we were granting awards in our first year, especially across the regions that Rehmann has offices and associates. It was our intention. And this year, we will likely give fewer awards, but we're intending to give larger dollar values. So make a heavier impact to where we do grant funds.
It's always a fun duty is handing over those giant checks.
It is. It was the highlight of the fall for me, going around Southeast Michigan and handing out big checks.
Obviously, some pretty big dollars overall, but you know, $10,000 an organization, that's pretty impactful gift. What kind of response are you getting from some of the organizations that are getting the grants?
It's really amazing to see what they're doing with the funds. There's one in particular, the Lawn Academy in Detroit, I think of, and they're creating a new area from actually it was previously a bank, and they've converted the lobby to a place for kids to come after school to do homework, study, tutor, and they run a whole other, in the summer they have lawn services that they provide to residents. So it's just really great to see what they're doing with the funds impacting our communities.
We saw you in some of those check presentations, but you're involved as the principals and owners of the company, the firm, and partners in the foundation. You're involved in handing out the money, but what about once you get to know about some of these organizations, then do you write the check and you're done, or are you going to stick with them and make sure that the organization is successful?
Sure. So our whole process begins with associate nominations for these organizations. So that's how the organizations even come to us with interest in receiving a grant award. And so our associates are already involved in these organizations. They may be a volunteer, board member, may even be a client. And so we do request some detail to ensure that they have, you know, strong financially strong, and that they're using the funds in the way that they described in their applications.
Yeah, so they have to have a connection to Rehmann to be considered in the first place.
Yes, that's correct.
And Dave, you have, as a firm, an awful lot of nonprofits, government organizations that are clients. So I'm sure there's no shortage of potential organizations that could benefit from these grants.
Yeah, and you know, we're not just focused on our clients. I mean, there's a lot of different organizations that need help, and we rely on our associates to bring those to us. And one of the really cool things about onboarding the whole Rehmann Foundation is our associates have really gotten involved and have really enjoyed thinking about how we can give back to our communities, and it's just been a wonderful thing from that perspective as well.
So they're involved volunteering. They might be serving on boards or committees.
Yes, absolutely. One of the things we requested in our application process from these organizations was, how can our associates get involved? Mm-hmm. Because that's what people really want, is that engagement, and to really be part of the organization and to give back, you know, not just monetarily, but also with our time. So it's been a great experience.
And I bet for the organization, it's a pretty unusual ask. You know, they're requesting a grant, and they're also asking how they can use your people power. And that probably doesn't come up too much.
Well, I'm not sure, but they're welcome to it. Yeah. They're welcoming of the idea. That's for sure.
So it's brand new. That's the first cycle of grantees. Mm-hmm. What's the time frame? When are you going to look at applications next?
We're actively looking at applications right now. Actually, we're in the second phase of the grant cycle. So first, we ask organizations to fill out an initial interest application, and then our program and grants committee reviews those applications, and we have to narrow it down substantially. It was an honor to be chosen to co-chair the program and grants committee, but I tell you, it's tough because there's so many great organizations that our associates are nominating. So we have it narrowed down to 12 organizations, and we're going to decide how to distribute the funds now for the 23 grant cycle to those.
Right. Now, how does the foundation grow? Is it possible for people to contribute, or your clients to contribute to the foundation?
Absolutely. We are a public charity, so anyone can contribute. The ownership group has continued to support fully the foundation, but also associates are able to make salary deductions or one-time donations. We also have a lot of different activities where we try to put a fun twist on things, where proceeds will support the foundation. Just next week, we're all meeting in Canton, and we're going to do a friendly inter-office baseball game, and we have some prizes that we're auctioning off, and proceeds will go to the foundation.
Great.
Well, Bart, the other thing that has happened is that we did have an office event, and I told people that you can dunk me, but I'm not doing it unless we have some donations to the Rehmann Foundation. So that's what we did. I was dunked in honor of the Rehmann Foundation, and
Thank you, Dave.
raised a few bucks doing that. So.
Yeah, that has does have potential danger. Speaking from experience.
It does. Yeah. Yep.
Well, thanks for being a good sport, and great to have you both here. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for what you're doing in the community and throughout the region. The Rehmann Foundation, Jackson office managing partner Dave Page, and principal Michelle Hodges.